Chinese civilian evacuees and soldiers jam-packed the only road leading west from Liuzhou. Resting for a brief interval, these Chinese flee advancing Japanese driving northwestward along the Guangxi-Guizhou Railroad in south-central China. Like Guilin and other 14th Air Force bases running south from Hubei province, Liuzhou was only a short stopover place for many Chinese. They began their wanderings with the initial phase of the Japanese offensive in the north late in May 1944. The long trek continues. At this point, advance units of an estimated 250,000 Japanese troops are but a few miles behind. Their apparent objective, Guizhou province and the provisional capital of Chongqing. Chinese armored units retreat to more favorable positions. With them go American vehicles, some of which bear U.S. liaison units, road demolition crews, and transportation units removing the last supplies from danger areas. The route north becomes a one-way stream of mass evacuation, increasing in volume as weary refugees leave one village after another deserted and destroyed. Meanwhile, Allied forces endeavor to keep China's lifeline open, despite the threat at Guiyang. C-47s reach WWII airstrip, bringing vital equipment to speed completion of the Lido-Burma Road, construction going westward from China into Burma. This equipment comes directly from India, 2 months after the capture of WWII. WWII airstrip was enlarged especially to accommodate C-47s. Most of the equipment came in parts. Assembled, they will provide air compressors for drills, D7 bulldozers, and other machines. WWII lies somewhat west of the old Burma Road in Yunnan province. A spur has been built from the road west to the airstrip. This spur can now be continued into Burma. The First Army front as of 11th December, 5 days before the German counterattack. Lieutenant General Courtney Hodges' forces advanced north of the Eschweiler-Duren Road against stubborn resistance. A roller-type tank mine exploder is out of commission after a direct hit. Designated as Model T1E1, it participated in extensive mine-clearing operations east of Aachen. Another of the mine exploders ran into a ditch on 10th December during the blackout. The German towns of Obergeich and Geich are in flames as the American forces hammer out new gains. The advance from village to village is across muddy plains, typical of the entire sector. Geich is less than 3 miles from Düren, southern citadel of the German line on the Ruhr River. In front of this drive by the 3rd Armored Division, all German civilians had been evacuated. After the fall of Märchen, Germany, also in the 1st Army sector, wounded prisoners are carried to the rear by fellow captives. These Nazis were seized by the 104th Infantry Division. To the south, the 3rd Army had established a bridgehead across the Saar at Dillingen, Germany. At a position overlooking the city, an artillery crew on 8th December is firing on Siegfried fortifications which delay movement of supplies across the river to forward units. The tension is lifted a bit when the observer jestingly registers doubt as to the accuracy of the crew's aim. The observer's doubts reach the point of friendly wagers on each round fired. The commander covers the bets for his crew. A direct hit. The crew's bullseye sighting is acknowledged. Southeast of Dillingen, the 645th Tank Destroyer Battalion fires into a German-occupied forest. This objective is near the village of Remelfing, France, 1 kilometer below Sarreguemines, third largest of Saar Basin cities. Southward along the 450-mile front, the 7th Army was moving out of the Vosges passes toward the towns of Célestat and Colmar. This is Célestat, cleared of enemy troops on 5th December after 3.5 days of bitter fighting on the Alsatian plain. 25 miles northeast of Célestat, American artillery emplaced on the west bank of the Rhine at Strasbourg fires across the river into Kiel, Germany. The bridge connecting the two cities was blown up by the Nazis a few days before this attack of 12th December. While the shelling of Kiel continues, General Patch's forces northwest of Strasbourg encounter the German non-metallic Topf mine, which caused this damage at Enchenberg, between Biche and Saar Union. 44th Division engineers demonstrating the all-plastic wood and glass anti-tank mine employ 2 sweepers. The SCR 625F shows no needle registration, although actually over the Topf mine. When the ANPRS number 1 encounters the same spot, its meter indicates the presence of the mine. Probing for and disarming of the mine are next shown. Last November, a German field manual dealing with the Topf mine was located and reprinted by the 15th Corps Engineer Intelligence Section. Discovery of the mines in the 44th Division sector offered the first opportunity for complete analysis. Previously, some of the mines had been found in a German stockpile, but they were minus the igniters. Here, the igniter is shown being removed. And next, the detonator. The German manual contains reference to locating the Topf mine by their own troops. Mention is made of a specially adapted mine detector which responds to a mixture placed in the soil covering each Topf mine. This mixture is labeled tar sand or camouflage sand. Meanwhile, the attack continued at the northern end of the salient, being driven toward the Reich border in the area around the forest of Agno. The town of Niederbrunn, 7 miles south of the frontier, is cleared of last snipers by men of 3rd Battalion, 157th Infantry Regiment, 45th Division. Wounded await litter bearers. The infantry conducts a house-by-house search for hidden Nazis. Even as 7th Army units completed the cleanup at Niederbrunn, other forces were driving toward the outskirts of Agnau. On 10th December, a sudden move to the east in the area south of the town took the Germans by surprise, and we captured Bischweier. Elements of the 313th Infantry Regiment, 79th Division, enter the wrecked French town. The advance envelops the town of Oberhofen, a mile north of Bischweier and about 4 miles southeast of Agnau. Prisoners are seized en route. .105mm howitzers mounted on M7 tank chassis spearhead the attack. Agnau itself is penetrated by the 314th Infantry, also advancing behind the M7s. 3 weeks after this action of 11th December, New Nazi counterattacks are reported against the 7th Army positions west of Wissembourg Gap.